So, according to the California Attorney General, seeing a gun terrorizes children. Let me ask you a serious question. If that's true, why aren't kids running for their lives every time they see a cop? Because that's not my interpretation. That's not hyperbole. That's not X-rage bait. That is an actual public statement from Rob Bonta. Here's exactly what he said. Allowing the open carry of firearms in densely populated counties creates unnecessary anxiety, terrorizes children, and instills fear throughout our communities. And just in case you think that was taken out of context, he doubles down. The open presence of these weapons in urban environments does not make the public safer. It spreads panic and destabilizes daily life. Same source, same statement, same mindset. So let's break this down slowly. Cops open carry. They always have. Guns on their hips, guns in their cars, guns everywhere. But those guns don't terrorize children. Apparently, the moment a law-abiding citizen does the same thing, now it's panic, now it's chaos, now society is destabilizing. That is not a safety argument. That is a narrative argument. Because if the mere sight of a firearm traumatized kids, California would be forcing police to concealed carry yesterday. But they don't. Why? Because kids are not naturally afraid of guns. Kids play cops and robbers before they know multiplication. There's an entire toy industry built around fake firearms. We teach kids not to touch guns because they're curious, not because they're terrified. The only kids who fear guns are kids who are taught to fear guns. And that's where this really goes. Because when children grow up seeing only the government with guns, guns become symbols of authority. But when they see regular people, neighbors, parents, normal citizens carrying responsibly, that narrative collapses. And that is what California is really afraid of. And this is exactly why I created my state-specific Keep America tactical designs at my shop, shop.mrcolion.com. In 1776, the musket wasn't hidden. It wasn't taboo. It was carried openly because an armed citizenry wasn't something to fear. It was the foundation of a free society. The founders understood that. That's why the right to keep and bear arms was written into the Constitution. Today, the AR-15 is to us what the musket was to them. And now, even the sight of a law-abiding citizen exercising that right is being called terrorizing. So this isn't just merch, it's a reminder. If you believe open carry is about freedom, not fear, check out my state-specific Keep America tactical gear at shop.mrcolion.com. I'll put a link in the description section for you to check out. Wear it proudly and make it clear we're not asking permission to exercise rights. Now, let's stop pretending this is about children, because California didn't wake up yesterday and suddenly decide guns are scary. California has spent decades making firearm ownership as difficult as possible. Buying a gun, owning a gun, transporting a gun, carrying a gun, even touching a gun. Layer after layer of friction. Not because guns are uniquely dangerous, but because guns disrupt dependency. This whole statement came after a federal court ruled that California's open carry ban violates the Second Amendment under New York State Rifle and Pistol Association v. Bruin. That case is called Baird v. Bonta. A 3-judge panel ruled that California's ban on open carry in counties with populations over 200,000 people is unconstitutional. Instead of respecting the ruling, California immediately appealed. And that's when Bonta said this: "I strongly urge the court to rehear this case so that California can continue to prevent fear, chaos, and intimidation from taking hold on the streets of our largest cities." Fear? Chaos? Intimidation? Funny how those words never get used when criminals ignore gun laws completely. Funny how they only appear when you want the same rights government employees already have. This isn't about kids being scared. It's about kids not being indoctrinated. Because once people grow up seeing that a normal, responsible adult can carry a firearm safely, the myth that only the government can be trusted with force falls apart. And California cannot afford that, because a population that understands self-reliance is a population that asks uncomfortable questions. And that's the real reason open carry scares them. Not because it terrorizes children, but because it terrifies tyrannical politicians. One thing's for certain and two things are for sure. Politicians and tech giants don't want gun content to be recommended to you. And we're all fighting this culture war together. Now, you can help do your part by liking, commenting, subscribing to the channel, but most importantly, sharing this video with at least one person. Together, we can stop the suppression of our 2A rights. And don't forget to click the link in the description section of this video for the products that I mentioned in this video.